What's up, guys? It's your favorite Kiwi coach. Welcome to another video, the student before and afters. You guys are really loving this series, so we're going to keep them coming. Let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you got to go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment, share, hit the bell notification, and let's hop into this first part. It's going to be a good one. Alright guys, so we got the before on the left of the screen, we got the after on the right of the screen. Now this particular player was, let's see, right around a mid-handicap, I believe, wants to get down into the 70s. Anyways, in terms of the golf swing, used to actually have a really solid golf swing, which I found really interesting about this player when he showed me his before swing like a couple years ago. But then at this swing that we had during the lesson, he definitely had some crazy things going on with the wrist angles, definitely got a little bit of an overswing, maybe hand path worked a little bit too far out in transition, high handle, actually hit a couple shanks too. So just goes to show you guys, he didn't try to change his swing, it just kind of naturally happened. So I think it's a great lesson for you guys out there. You gotta constantly be monitoring your golf swing with video to make sure that it's obviously not slipping away, right? So with that in mind, let's hop into this first part and look at the before swing. Alright, so if we take a look at the before swing, the first thing I want you guys to notice is going to be the top of swing position. So, again, the classic position that we do not like at the top of the swing, we got the club head underneath the hands, right? So club head below the hands. We see that the trill elbow right here, or the right elbow, is kind of flying out a little bit. And then we also see that the lead arm is a little high for my liking, right? So it's a little bit more Justin Thomas as opposed to maybe a player that's a little bit more on the shoulder line, right? So top of swing position, the player is already kind of putting himself into a spot where he's going to have to do some crazy things on the downswing to kind of get into the good position. And let's see if he does. So working on the way down to position 5, let's see what this player does. So right around position 5, we can see that for my preference, the hand path has worked a little bit too far out. And again, especially for this player too, because he was trying to hit a draw. So hand path worked a little bit too far out. Notice how that arrow is outside the toe line. We want to see this arrow probably somewhere on the toe line to just slightly inside the toe line would be ideal. So again, hand path just working a little bit too far out. Then also from here, we can see that now the body stops really rotating from this position, and we can start seeing it extending because he's kind of crashing and burning, right? Whenever you really come down steep, the body tends to start reacting by kind of extending. Next thing we're going to see that the club head was throwing early. It was getting behind the hands, right? So he's starting to get into a pretty stuck position. And then from here, we can see that the handle is starting to raise. He's starting to back away from the shot. It's a little bit too late, however, on this particular one because he ends up hitting the hosel right here. Gets a little shank, a little flippy release, and just a whole lot, and then a little chicken wing, obviously, to top it off. But just a whole lot of things that he was struggling with, and he said that he was time and it was ready for kind of a swing overhaul. So let's go take a look at the after and see what we changed with this player. So taking the after swing up to the top of its swing, you can see that, again, the club head is a little bit out of frame, but the club head, which would be somewhere right around here, is now above the hands, right? Just like the last video you guys watched, much better wrist conditions. Also, we got the lead arm a little bit more on the shoulder line, which again, I thought was going to help this player's hand path issue and make sure that the hand path wasn't working too far out. Now, from this new position, we're going to see that when he gets into position 5, we're going to see that the hand path, again, just like I just told you, is a whole lot better than the before. So it's not so far in front of him. And let's draw the two arrows so you guys can kind of see. So again, remember the before. Middle of the hands was outside the toe line. Now if we go draw the same thing on the middle of the hands, now we can see that it's closer to the balls of the feet. So that means that the hands haven't worked too far out at this position. Now moving into position 6, again, remember the before, starting to extend, the body's stopping its rotation, club head's kind of working behind the hands as well as he's kind of ulnar deviating or kind of releasing angles early. The after swing, we can now see him starting to kind of drive the hands forward a little bit more, holding angles a lot better. He looks like in a little bit more of a crouched position with a little bit more rotation at this point. From here, let's go take a look at how he gets into impact. So again, the before, a little bit of a hosel shank, right? Kind of extending, but too late, raising the handle. Now in the after, you can actually see from P6 to here, he's actually starting to rotate and maintain flexion. He's not really extending as much. And then from here, if we kind of do the same thing that we did with the last video, and draw the hand path line and see where his release is going, We can see before he was kind of flipping, it was out to the right. Now it's starting to exit left, right, so he's getting a good little release pattern right there. And then obviously right around position 9, we can see before he had that little chicken wing elbow thing going on. Now he's actually starting to kind of release. The hands are kind of exiting a lot lower as well. And he's just getting into some really solid positions. And this player actually got this swing pretty quick. I think this was actually the first hour when we got this swing, and then the second hour we worked on the driver. So he did a really good job of getting this really quick. So what are some take-home points for you guys out there when you're practicing? Well, I think the beginning of this video kind of just foreshadowed what you guys need to work on, which is you need to start analyzing your guys' golf swings with video a lot more often. Because again, we see it time in and time again. Players who don't analyze their swing through video or through some type of measurement device, they tend to start reverting back to either old patterns or they start just taking their swing in a whole different direction without even realizing it, which is kind of what this player did. So if you guys are going to go practice out there, make sure that if you're hitting about 100 golf balls, make sure that you're filming at least 20 of them, 15 to 20, so you guys can kind of see and have a good idea of what your swing is doing. If you guys are going through a swing change, which a lot of my students are, what I would recommend for you guys is, again, if let's say if you hit 100 golf balls, you're working on mechanics for 50 of those golf balls, make sure that you're filming at least half of those golf balls. Again, you got to get the film out. You got to be analyzing like I'm doing right here. And if you guys can do that, you'll be able to measure your golf swing. You guys are going to be a lot better because of that. So anyways, guys, if you haven't already, go check out the seminars. We got 2 of them going on right now. We got a Passive Torque seminar coming out in January. That one's for instructors. We got a matchup seminar that may or may not already have happened, depending on when this video gets out. And then also we always have December golf lessons. So make sure to go hit those up. Those go super, super quick. Because again, I think our individual lessons are, I think, some of the best out here in Japan. So make sure to click that link below, sign up for your lesson, see some amazing swing changes like you saw with this player, and really just start playing some better golf. I'll see you guys next time.